That's never happened to me before. I will admit, you're kind of right, Ara. I do have a hard time recovering from mistakes, mostly because they're either the really big ones that cost me a lot of time, or the small ones just kind of bewilder me. Like the "that's never happened to me before" ones. So if something happens and it doesn't go the way I expect it to, and I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened there? And it just totally throws me off. And by the time I completely recover, I've lost a lot of time instead of just a little. Also, I'm playing through with honest hopes of beating that time I said earlier, because that was just a really sloppy run. I am not comfortable having that as my personal best. I guess what it comes down to is there are some mistakes that look bad, and there are some mistakes that don't. The ones that look bad are the ones I have a problem with. And yeah, that's a damn good point. The shorter the run, the more significant any mistakes you make are. So this is kind of a mid-range game, I guess. I mean, there are certainly games much longer than this, but it's not like one of those, you know, 10-15 minute games where you really have to optimize everything, otherwise why even bother? Kind of reminds me of, someone set a new Super Mario Brothers record, like, last year. And I remember Advent said, he's like, oh my god, these people were fighting over frames now. And I'm glad that, you know, I'm running a game that hasn't reached that point. What the? She's not supposed to be able to do that. How did she fire those off at me? She had nothing to fire. But yeah, that's actually one of the really nice things about playing a game that is mostly uncharted territory as far as speedruns go. Being a pioneer means, you know, I have a lot more wiggle room for mistakes, and there's a lot more room for me to grow into this. I'm not stepping into a game that's already been pretty well broken. And again, I know I keep saying this, but I also like it because there's really no glitches or anything, you know. I'm not getting a good time because I'm zipping through walls or breaking things. It's all execution. And to me, that's what makes for a more entertaining run. I mean, if you think about it, that's the entire reason 100% runs exist, you know. It's because, okay, fine, you know, we found a way to glitch this game into oblivion and beat it in 6 seconds, but 6 minutes. What we really want to see is we want to see these people play through the stages and beat them and play them well, and so we come up with this category that makes you do that. But something else I was talking about earlier, though, is I have kind of talked to the other person who speedruns this game and has the world record for a time with Rainbow Dash, which is about 1.5 minutes faster than mine. And that's just because Rainbow Dash is a faster character, if played optimally. She's just a lot riskier. And I'm thinking of asking him to have a race with me. Because I think our times are close enough that it would actually be fair. Neither one of us would have to take a handicap. And it would really showcase the differences between the two runs, because they're two very different just runs entirely. Rainbow Dash picks up time on the stages, but Mega Pony picks them up on the bosses, so... I think that would be a lot of fun if I can talk him into doing it. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if this stage is like a prophecy. I wonder if it's telling me that I'm gonna choke to death on a cake one day. That's how I'm gonna die. Or a balloon. Yeah, you may have seen me hesitate right there, jumping off that ledge, and that's because that's somewhere I have died recently. And I've noticed pretty much anywhere where I have died is a spot where I'm like a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more gun-shy than I normally am. The parts that I just blow through without thinking about too much are the parts where I don't die. And for the most part, I think this game rewards that. Really good right here. I've got a full thing of health, which means I can afford to be really risky fighting Pinkie Pie. Which means I can pretty much just ram her non-stop and not let up. Okay, that was scary. That was... a couple frames later and I would have been Spike Jelly. Right here, I found that it's actually about the same amount of time to kill that thing on the left than it is to just take the damage and move on. Because it takes just as long to kill it as it does to recover from being shot, so... And then trying to dodge its shots would actually be much slower, so... That was a pretty good fight. Oh yeah, that Chrono Trigger speedrun was full of RNG manipulation. Yeah, see, Pokemon isn't even a speedrun, it's a glitch fest. Which, I mean, it's interesting from a technical perspective, but it's... I don't really like it when a game... when a speedrun is so divorced from a casual run of a game. A good speedrun is a run that... it's like a casual run, but just played a lot better. Not something that's just a completely different beast from a regular run altogether. I mean, primary example right there. Have you ever seen a true Ocarina of Time speedrun? It's just 25 minutes of what the hell am I looking at. And to an extent, an 100% run is like that too. But at least a 100% run is somewhat familiar. Oh, shit, shit! Probably the most forgiving death I can have right there. And I know what I was doing wrong too, so... No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see how good of a time I can get out of this. If I had died any later in the stage, it would have been a reset. Just because you see how much of my sub-weapons I'm using right here. So if I die, I have to go back and do the parts I just did without the sub-weapons, and that takes a lot of time, and it hurts, so... Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie is another good example. I mean, glitches are okay. I mean, I don't mind them. They're like spice. A little bit of them can certainly make a run more entertaining, but when a run is nothing but glitches, that's when it just becomes like, okay, why am I even... And I'm sorry, I don't know how much of my excessive throat clearing is actually coming out over the mic, but... I can damage boost through that Manticore, but I think the kind of damage boost you're talking about, where I turn around and I get shot in the other direction, not really. Because you're talking about the one that's like right in front of the door, right? Okay, so I got a weapon pickup there, so that means I'm gonna have one extra Rain Boom at the end of this level than I normally do, and I need to remember to use it. See, that's why I initially used the Rain Boom in that room. It's to get the one cycle on that masher. But I don't need it there anymore, and I think that's what's confusing me. And here's my one extra Rain Boom. Look, a gold Twilight. So, that is faster. Fighting her with just one charge of the stair instead of two, and using a weapon tank. And I think the way that works is that, the way Twilight takes damage when she's being stared is kind of weird. Like, sometimes anything you hit her with is gonna do that full amount of damage to her. But, whether or not she takes that full damage, I can't figure out how it works, so the way I do it is I'll stare her, and then I'll fire a few shots from the Mega Buster, and then I'll, you know, repeat. Okay, I need to remember what I need to do here. What am I calling what trick? Be more specific, please. Oh, the Twilight Quick Kill? I think Twilight Quick Kill is about, hadn't really thought about it, considering that I've invented most of these strats. I should get to name them. I don't know, I'd have to think about it for a bit. Well, this is a pretty sloppy Applejack, but we'll see how the time comes out. Not too bad. Okay, need to remember to go shopping this time. Well, this is where I'm going to start making all my time back. Because in my last run, this is really where I started doing poorly. I mean, I was implementing new strats and therefore gaining time, but I was not doing them well. Really, this is my favorite stage, as far as just execution goes. It looks really cool if you do it right. Plus, it's got the best music. What's PogChamp? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Again, I don't know if the apple bucker is actually quicker there. I just like using it because it's a completely underused weapon, but I just like any excuse I have to use it. Any excuse I have to use it that does not involve actually playing as Applejack. Because actually playing as Applejack sucks. This stage has gotten so much better since because I used to have a real problem with that Manticore. I could never avoid getting hit by him. And now using the stare on him is just like the perfect way to... It's like I was saying before, the two most important weapons for speed in this game are the stare and the Sonic Rainboom. And if you're not using your full allotment of either one of those, you don't have that stage optimized. And you'll notice now that's pretty much the two main weapons I'm using in this stage. Okay, that was... I almost died right there. That was scary. I didn't use the magic wave twice to clear out that second spike for me, so I had that tiny little gap I was caught between. I had to just turn around in like one frame. I couldn't move forward at all, otherwise I would have walked into the spike and killed myself. But, luck was on my side, and I got through, so... So yeah, now you see me actually picking up time. Thank you, Koff. Thank you very much. Something I need to keep remembering about this part is that I need to take it slow. There's no point in doing it fast because I gotta wait on the balloon cycles anyways. So I just need to be careful to just, you know, not die. It's very easy to die here. I love the Magic Wave. It is such a powerful weapon. Except when you're playing as Twilight, and then it's a very gimped weapon. Because you see, the best part about it is how spammable it is. And when you're playing as Twilight, she kind of has like a cooldown on it, so she can't spam it. And that's just, it's very limiting, and it makes her harder to play as. I could probably save a weapon tank right there by not using it and actually using the Sonic Rain move to kill Scoots on the side right there, but it's probably a lot riskier. The apple weapon on ladders, you will fire, if you don't hold any button down while you use the apple bucker, it'll go up and then it'll fall down. And then if you hold a directional button, you can make it kind of be thrown in either direction. So it's useful for getting stuff that's underneath you. And it's kind of a powerful spamming weapon if you're, like, very close to something. But it doesn't really have much of a charge, so you deplete it very quickly. That was unfortunate. I actually missed a shot. I've wasted frames! I have brought shame and dishonor on my family and must commit seppuku now. Alright, now this bitch. There we go. I think I'm starting to get the timing of that down. I don't think I wasted any time in that fight. I'll have to go back and rewatch it, but I think I did pretty good there. Wow, I picked up a lot of time in Discord 3. I just saw that. Okay, this is a lot better. That is what I like to see that timer at. Okay. This is gonna look a lot better. How did I save that much time? I must have really choked in the boss gauntlet in my last run. Like, really freaking choked. Why is magic best for that fight? It does much more damage. The magic wave is kind of like the metal blade of this game. It does a lot of damage, and it's very spammable. The apple bucker does similar amounts of damage, but you deplete your charges on it very quickly. The magic wave, you've got a lot more charges up. And the reason for that is, you see how it fires in that 3-shot pattern. If you hit something point blank with it, all 3 of those shots connect, so it does a lot of damage. So, if you're looking to just, like, spam something at someone point blank, that's your best weapon. I use it for that against... Against Discord, it really doesn't. Against this Discord, I should say. It doesn't really matter. Every weapon is pretty much equal. The 2 fights where it does have a significant impact are the Discord tank, obviously, and then against Scoodaloo in the CMC bot, just because that does more damage more reliably than taking advantage of her weakness to the Sonic Rainbow. Against the Wendigos, it actually is a weakness, so that's why I use it there. $32.14. So, here's the question. Will this time beat my current in-game time personal best, which is segmented, of 28:27? Will my in-game time be sub 28:27? I'm thinking yeah, but just barely. Like, 28:20. Thank you, gentlemen. I really am done for the night after this, though. Because I need to, like, go do stuff. But, let's see what my in-game time was. But yeah, the Magic Wave is, to the, inexperienced player, it's going to be the best weapon in the game just because of how spammable it is. And then once you kind of learn how all the other weapons can be used, they kind of start to see use too. Like, I use the party cannon a lot to get underneath things. A segmented run, I could possibly come close to the Rainbow Dash time, but I don't think I could beat it. Not yet. And I kind of feel like I may be starting to push the limits of, how much time you can actually save playing as Mega Pony without taking advantage of glitches. And of course, I felt like this before, back when my time was like 3 minutes higher than it is now, so I could very well be wrong. But really, I think as far as where do I go from here, what I need to start doing is consistently getting runs that are close to this. Because, I mean, how many times did I have to reset? How many times did I just die and lose a lot of time? And I know what you said, is, I need to just start eating my mistakes, but there are some mistakes that, there's a lot of mistakes in this run that are just very costly. So, fun fact, do you know, where this song comes from in the show? Because this is actually the track in the game that helps you figure out exactly when it was made. Yeah. Yeah, it's from The episode that shall not be named. It is the episode that shall not be named. No, not Ne'er-Do-Well. Ne'er-Do-Well was crap, but at least I'll talk about it. No, I'm talking about Magical Mystery Cure. Holy crap, 28:10. That is a minute. A minute and 3 seconds, I think, off of the Rainbow Dash time. So that's pretty good. That's I'm pretty happy with myself, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming by and spending all day with me and laughing at me and mocking me and just hanging out. So I will say goodbye and see you all in ID chat, and yeah, time to submit indeed. Take care, guys.